Since the ancient Greeks first put to sea, nations have recognized the necessity of naval forces and maintaining a superior capability to protect waterborne travel and commerce from bad actors. Pirates threaten the open seas, and the same is possible in space. In this same way, I believe we too must now recognize the necessity of a space force to defend the nation and to protect space commerce and civil space exploration.
So we know what Ted Cruz is most afraid of. Space pirates. I don't know what you guys are most afraid of. It's certainly not pirates for me, and it's certainly not pirates of the, Astro variety. I'm not afraid of Astro pirates. But this is Ted Cruz with it's a bonkers video in some ways, where he's going on this spiel about, the ancient Greeks, and they set sail and they realized the value of the ocean, and we too must recognize that space is the next frontier of naval-style exploration, and that we need to defend ourselves from pirates and bad actors, as he calls them. And this underlines the need for a space force. And of course, this is the Trumpian concoction, this idea of a space force that's going to protect us from pirates or aliens, or it's going to protect America from, rival nations and their space forces. And it's just an absurd argument to try to militarize the concept of space in what really should be a collaborative effort. The whole point about space exploration right now is it shouldn't be done with this term of militarism, this air of militarism. Space exploration for humanity should be done on the basis of peace and cooperation between nations. It should be a global effort. We need to learn the mistakes of colonialisms gone by and realize that competition between European nations just led to bloodshed, both for those nations themselves, but also for the indigenous people they found. And so we need to realize that if we're going to do colonialism and exploration of space, and we eventually find life forms, we need to learn ways to cooperate as a species and in the best interests of those we meet. And it's just absurd because at the end of the day, America, and really all nations and all people, face fundamental challenges that will test not only our nations and not only our communities, but our entire species. We are facing political and environmental and social and economic challenges that will tear us apart potentially, or could bring us together toward a bright new future. And right now I have to say that building a space force is not one of those challenges. I'm not saying that there doesn't need to be investment into exploration beyond our planet. I'm not saying that at all. I think that's a worthwhile investment. But not in this guise of a space force. We don't need a new military branch, with the word space in front of it to give it some kind of jingoistic, legitimacy. We need investment into space exploration for scientific and cultural purposes, not for people to get their military rocks off, or to worry about these mythical space pirates that don't exist. So let's be real. Humans, America, those with power, people like Ted Cruz, need to focus on the challenges that we face now. Income inequality, environmental crisis, fighting for world peace. These are the issues that politicians like Ted Cruz, who we put great trust in, have to be centering as priorities. And going on about space pirates while the world is burning or flooding, depending on where you are, and going on about space pirates when the 99% continue to be stomped on by the economic elite, and going on about space pirates while democracy is being eroded by influences, be it from foreign governments or from, broken social media platforms. Going on about space pirates is a distraction. And maybe Ted Cruz is doing this because he's really, excited about the idea of traveling in space, but I think it's more cynical than that. I think Ted Cruz and the Republicans know that everywhere you look, the news isn't great for them. I mean, sure, the economic metrics aren't too bad, in a general sense, but there's corruption charges, there's worries about tampered reports, there's new anti-abortion laws coming from Republican legislators. All of these things make Republicans look really bad. And so they're trying to change the dial with, this Space Force and space pirates and space commerce discussion. And we shouldn't let them. So look, I'm not one to say we shouldn't have any fun. Let's definitely laugh our asses off at Ted Cruz with his, new beard and his talk of space pirates. Let's do that. But let's also remind people that this sort of Space Force discussion is a really weak attempt to distract us all from the corruption and graft and greed and hate and intolerance of this Trump and Republican regime. So to close, I'm not afraid of space pirates, guys. I'm afraid of corporate pirates, of the 1% who are raiding the workers' pensions, who are raiding workers' wages, who are raiding workers' health care, who are raiding workers' quality of life. That's who I'm afraid of. Those are the pirates we have to worry about, not, little green space pirates. So let's keep our eyes on the prize. The enemy isn't, an alien force. The enemy to regular people are the economic and cultural and social elite who continue to dominate all our institutions. It's as simple as that. So have a good one, guys. I'll see you next time.